For us, first playable is critical. It's the point in the project and the development cycle where sort of all our hopes and dreams and our thoughts and everything else that we think we're going to be able to get in the game can either be realized or we get, you know, a nice slap in the face that says this is going to be impossible to do. So for us, what first playable is typically getting a large section of the game up and running to a finished state, which winds up for us being what we'll wind up turning into our demo that we'll wind up shipping out in the fall.
First playable, to myself and I think to a lot of the guys on the team, is what we think about is the first time that people outside of the studio are going to get their hands on the game. They're going to be able to touch it. So it's really a first impression to anyone outside of our company. We go through a series of milestone and checkpoints building up to that first playable software, where we're touching the product a lot. Again, we're iterating on a lot of things, and we sort of take things from a prototype stage, figure out what's going to be good, what we can move away from, what we can build on, and then it's really taking that prototype and building it into something that's probably going to be pretty representative of what's going to end up in terms of gameplay in the final product.
So here we are showing the first playable of Need for Speed Underground 2, and the really big change that we're doing this year is we're giving you a complete open world to drive within. And so one of the first things we had to prove out is how do we build an environment that supports an open world? How do we provide shops that players can go to? How do we engage in races? Where do you find your opponents? All of those things. So we took a stab at that. We took one of the regions of the world and built it up to a pretty good level visually, and then started adding all of the other elements we needed. So you can see there's a mini map here on the screen that tells you all the different roads you can drive on, and different things within the world have their own icons. So you can drive through the world and locate those different things.
So it's taking the prototype stage and working forward towards something that's the first time someone outside the studio is going to play. So we really want to show what's new in the game, where we've innovated on, what are some of the areas that we think are going to be big features of the game, and things that the dev team is really excited about. For Underground 2, without a doubt, that was the open world environment. In Underground 1, we had one big city that was built. The only thing was we weren't able to get to a point where we were actually